Man, it just doesn't matter who the Trump administration is kidnapping and disappearing off the streets of the United States. It doesn't. It seems like because the people who are currently being snatched into the Gestapo-like secret police of ICE agents and other Homeland Security agencies, just because those people might not be like you, they might not look like you, they might not believe like you, they may not protest like you. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day, because the principle remains clear. Everybody has due process in the United States, regardless of citizenship, regardless of belief systems, regardless of any reasoning that's being offered today. There is no valid reasoning for anybody within the United States to be stripped of due process when the Fifth Amendment and the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution is very clear about due process. So there's so much propaganda, there's so many lies and distortions and misinformation. It's really hard to navigate, and I even did a somewhat pro MAGA post today on Facebook, saying that, listen, I don't care if you're a white Christian Republican. My outrage would be the exact same as it is for people who are Palestinians that are being snatched, Hispanic people who are being kidnapped and disappeared. Nobody's disposable, okay? We're all Americans here. We're all human beings here. We all deserve to be treated like human beings. We all deserve respect. We all deserve due process, whether we're citizens or not. And most of those people are green card holders, and they've lived in the States for well over a decade. That's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter who these people are. You have due process under the United States Constitution, 5th and 14th Amendments, period. It's not negotiable. It's not an opinion. I'm not here to have a dialogue about it. It states it, okay? So if these people were white, Republican, Christian, Joe Schmo, Sue and Karen Schmo, like my outrage would be exactly the same. Because I don't want to see this happen to anybody, literally anybody, in the United States. And a lot of people don't have my take on this, and I wish they would, because I'm objectively correct here. It doesn't matter who you are, citizen or not, what you believe in and what you don't believe in, what you think about the government, what you don't think about the government. No matter who you are, you have due process. Okay? There's no snatching people off the street that is legal. It's not a legal process. This is state-sanctioned terrorism. This is state-approved terrorism being perpetuated on the United States public citizens. Okay? All of us are at risk. Nobody is safe when this is going on and happening to anybody. You might want to compartmentalize it and say, oh, it's just happening to those Palestinian protesters. That's not me. Oh, it's just happening to Hispanic people who are gang members. And no, you see, it starts there. It starts with targeting certain people, and then it expands. Have you ever known any authoritarian government or fascist government to like choose one group of people to oppress and then stop there? Like, oh, we're not going to do anything else that is as bad as what we're doing to this group of people. We're absolute saints. We love the law. We can't do any wrong. Like the naivete I see from especially Trump supporters is staggering, because it's their administration and they're in the in group and they believe, oh, this could never happen to me. And I'm just like, MAGA speaks out against the government all the time. And all you have to do against an authoritarian administration is say something that they don't want you to say. And next thing you know, you're the target. Next thing you know, you're the one being kidnapped and disappeared. And you think you're in the in-group right now and you feel safe. You know, you're not a Palestinian protester. You're not a Hispanic person. You're not this subgroup of people, right? You're a white Christian male, more than likely, or female. And you're just like, yeah, I'm in the in-group. That's my guy in there. That's my administration in there. There's no way in hell it could ever happen to me. That is some naive bullshit. Okay? Because even within the ranks of the in-group, you must be obedient at all times. And everything I know about MAGA, not all of them are really like obedient. Okay? There's a lot of rebels embedded in there. There's a lot of people in the MAGA movement who will call things out against Trump. And those people are not safe. I guess if you're a committed bootlicker, that no matter what happens or what is said, you'll toe the Trump line or whatever. You might be right. You might be on the safer side. But anybody who speaks out against an authoritarian government, anybody who doesn't believe like an authoritarian government does, is at risk for activity like this, to be snatched up, to be monitored, to be sent away. Nobody's safe when this activity is happening. When an authoritarian regime is established, no one is safe. And the courts are fighting like hell. I mean, you have Trump going against a 9-0 Supreme Court mandate, a ruling, 9-0. Trump is saying, we don't care about your 9-0 ruling. We're keeping our guy in El Salvador. And you know what? We're even going to send some more. We have a rogue authoritarian government here, and nobody is safe. If you think you're safe because you're in the in-group, you are wrong. You are wrong, and you are at risk. Your family's at risk. We're all at risk. So we need to stop the partisan politics and start going to bat for the United States Constitution here. We all have to rally around the United States Constitution, what it says, and whoever's in government, I don't give a goddamn who it is, whoever's in government breaking the social contract between us and the United States Constitution should be reprimanded, removed, and likely tried for treason. Because this government is showing us that they do not care about the United States Constitution. They do not care about what the Supreme Court's final say and rulings are. They don't care. This is a rogue court, and they've proven it to us numerous times already. They want to snatch up anybody at any place at any time, no due process. Don't care what the lower courts think, the appellate courts, the Supreme Court, it doesn't even matter. This is a fascist and authoritarian government, and nobody is safe. Not me, not you, not anyone you think is safe. Nobody is. Okay? So it's up to us now. It's up to us. And I'm saying get local big time. Create strong local communities now. It's an absolute must. I don't care what the group is. I don't care what you get together for. If it's just a once a week, once a month thing where you check in and talk about politics, you go to coffee together, you go bowling together, and you talk about politics and you talk about this government, and you meet up with some vulnerable people in your community, whether they be disabled, whether they be queer, whether they be Hispanic, foreigner, anyone with brown skin, because that's like the goal right now, is just to mandate their white supremacist ideology in government in the most fascist way possible, as it only can be. So they're just sending anybody out of here. They're kidnapping anybody and anybody who is from a foreign country, anybody who has brown skin, anyone who is queer, anyone who is on the left. This is all historically documented in authoritarian and fascist regimes. They always target these people first. So we must localize, because that's our best protection, is to localize. If it invades our communities, we're going to be ready for it. We're going to be ready to stand up. We're going to be ready to protest. We're going to be ready to shut shit down. We're going to be ready for direct action if the fascists come to your town. So get local. Call people today. Reconnect with people you haven't talked to in a long time. Some old friends. Do whatever you want to do with people. Like, if you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you love to exercise, get a gym crew going. I don't care. It doesn't really matter, as long as we're grouping up, as long as we're talking about the political zeitgeist right now, as long as we're talking about what's going on, as long as we're focusing on the vulnerable in our community. This is how we win. This is how we're going to defeat this. Okay. Capitalism breeds individuality. It leaves us on our own a lot. A lot of us can be on our own and vulnerable, and that is bad. That is always going to be bad in this situation. We need community now more than ever. Okay. So please think about that, and then please act upon it. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I'll talk to you soon. Leave me a comment down below.